Hi everyone. I'm gonna make, I did a video clip for some turkey, and now I'm going to be making some turkey pullers for you in a pineapple barbecue sauce that you can make. I'm telling you, it's so easy to make barbecue sauce. People don't understand that it's so easy to make. You need a pot, right? Okay, I get excited when I want to share something that's really fun and well, as you see, I have my mise en place, and then I went in ahead and bought a couple of some breads, and they were pretty reasonable. And if you want to do a catering, this is like the best thing to do for catering in the summer. I was tossed between the tacos, barbecue tacos. You can do barbecue tacos, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep it simple and make a nice homemade barbecue sauce. And then I had this beautiful turkey, and I had to do something with it, and I thought about mole. And you know, mole is a traditional Mexican sauce. It's just so delicious, yum. And then, but I thought, summertime barbecue, so barbecue tacos, or you can make barbecue pulled turkey. So I have my cast iron skillet, and you can also put this in a slow cooker overnight and put your meat in there and all your ingredients. But I already roasted this yesterday, so on my other video, and then I'm just going to use my cast iron skillet because it's going to save me some energy, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make your sauce. So you start off with just a little bit of oil, and I have a blended oil, which is avocado and coconut, and you can use the oil of your choice. Just put in, I'd say, about a tablespoon of oil. And then I'm going to go ahead and saute some onions. And you can flavor it up anyhow you want. I'm going to get some garlic. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in there, just a hint. Just a nice little hint of garlic will do. I'm still trying to prepare for the slaw that you're going to put on your pulled turkey. Yeah, you hear that pulled pork all the times. I said, you know, I have this turkey. What am I going to do with it? So, you have a turkey. This is like, yum. Okay. Just go ahead and make a pulled turkey out of it. But I used a couple of techniques, so it's going to be cooked, you know, twice cooked. I'm not going to use all that garlic. So, I mean, a little trash bin here. Go ahead and put some garlic in there. If you have a garlic press, that's even better. Like that little chunky pieces of garlic. Or if you want to use a plain and you want a grater to grate in your garlic, that's fine as well. Bit of salt and pepper, so that hurry up and caramelize. The salt will caramelize the onions and cause it to take the fluids out of the onion, and you know, all that scientific stuff. So take the fluids out and kind of that onion well, because you want it soft, the onions to be soft. You don't want a barbecue sauce with, and you know, you can always blend this to make it into a real nice sauce. And then what I'm going to do is take some, I have minced up, I'd say that's a good cup of pineapple in there. Go ahead and mince that up and put it in there. Yeah. It's really easy. Make sure all your stuff is is prepped. You can do this in advance if you'd like. Really easy. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn on my cast iron skillet. I'm going to put a little bit of my broth in there for my turkey, because I want my turkey to be very, very moist. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and handle the turkey. Don't be afraid to handle it. As long as your hands are clean, it's okay. Or you can pull it apart with forks if you'd prefer. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Go ahead. So delicious. My mouth is already watering. You kind of shred that up. Normally you would use a fork, but I constantly, when I'm in the kitchen, I'm constantly washing my hands over and over and over, because I use your hands are like your best tools, and that's what I learned in my culinary program that I was in. That has been so great for me. Your hands are your #1 tools. So, if all else fails, use your hands, right? And then there's a lot of umami flavors in there with the brine. And then, well, that's heating up. Okay. And I'm going to cover it up. And then, get a little bit. I left the spoon in there, which normally you don't leave the spoon in there. And the reason why I like putting lids on my food, because it'll hurry up and cook, unless you want it to evaporate and have a more condensed flavor, uncover it. But I wanted to hurry up and cook. So that's what I'm trying to do right now at this point. We'll put this garlic on the side. And then I'm going to finish slicing. There's a little bit of garlicky flavor on my knife, which isn't a bad thing. I rinsed out my garlic cloves. Because that's one thing you don't want to do, is cross-contaminate. Like your garlic has been handled. Always rinse your onions and your garlic. This is going to be a beautiful slaw. Now that's cooking up. And you know what? Always taste in between your cooking. So now that pineapple has a very savory flavor to it. I'm going to cover it up again. Put that there. Put that there. And then in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and make my slaw. And then I think I want to, this cut is called a fine julienne, and then it's cut into a fine brunoise. So, if you're in a culinary class, this is what you would be considered. You'd be doing a fine julienne with a fine brunoise. Or brunoise. It's actually French. You gotta get that gurgly. Brunoise. As I remember in my French classes. Okay, and then you just want to put that in there, right? And you just squeeze some lime in there. I'm going to put this in a bigger container. Normally, I soak my cabbage in some water just to get that extra cleanliness. Go ahead and transfer it into a bigger bowl. Okay? Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit more of this. It's so easy to make. If you want to add some bacon chips to it, you know, like fry up some bacon and add another element of flavor, you can easily crispy up some bacon and put it in here. So what you're essentially doing is making like a salad. I purposely caramelize that because I want to get that smokiness, like that barbecue element in there. And so you just add your diced tomatoes. Okay. Now I want to sweeten it up a little bit. I'm going to throw in some ketchup. You don't have to. I am. I want this barbecue sauce. And then I want this barbecue sauce to be really flavorful. And I have some coconut aminos. Put a little bit of that in there instead of the soy sauce. I'll put about a tablespoon of some French mustard in there. Why not? I want some of that acidity. That's what barbecue sauce is. Oh yeah. And then you want to add. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there. And that'll also darken it up. Oh yeah. It's looking really good. I'm going to add a little bit of my, it's a little bit thick, so I'm going to add a little bit of my stock. Now if you prefer to use shallots, go for it. Shallots are good. They're delicious. Okay, where's my tasting spoon? I'm going to add a little bit more ketchup. And then I want to add some pepper to that. And a little bit of salt. Because what salt does, it kind of breaks up the acidity in this and it kind of balances everything, all the flavors together. It's a binder. Remember I said that before in a couple of my videos. Okay. Here's my flavor spoon. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more smokiness to it. So I have some liquid smoke. And I would say that's less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. Because it's very powerful. Always clean up while cooking. Always. Okay. I'm going to lower down that cast iron skillet. Okay. Kind of bring some organization into your area. Alright, I might want to squeeze a little bit of lemon in there for that extra added flavor. Take the seeds out. Make sure you don't dump any seeds in there. So in my mind, in creating my barbecue sauce, I'm thinking, what flavors would go well with my pulled turkey, and what would match? So when you take that bite of that sandwich, it's going to be blasting in your mouth, on your palate, and I think that's what's important. Okay. Now it's beginning to taste like a barbecue sauce. So I'm gonna let that simmer. So I'm thinking, what else can I actually put in here? I'm gonna put a little bit more of Worcestershire sauce. A sweetener. So, if you want to add a sweetener to it, which I think it's okay, add some honey. Because I like my barbecue sauce to be a little bit, because it's going to be sweet. The coleslaw is going to be a little tangy, savory, and then plus my pulled pork. Yeah. Yeah. This is delicious. Absolutely delicious. So, okay. That is perfect. Oh my goodness. So when you're creating your barbecue sauce, just don't be afraid. Just pretty much anything, everything goes in there. That's a delicious sauce. I'm going to let it simmer. Now, I'm going to take my cilantro, and I'm just going to, this is like two bunches of cilantro chopped up, finely chopped up, and I'm going to put it in there. And then I'm going to add the salt and pepper. Okay. So I'm essentially just making a nice savory salad. If you want to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, then go for it. It'll give it a little bit more of a kind of like a richer, it'll bring everything together. Yeah. Okay, let's try it. Use a little bit more lime in there, because lime and pineapple kind of go together, right? And so does mangoes, all those tropical fruits. And then plus, I have the bell pepper, which is going to balance it all out. I like perfect. I'm going to put a little bit more seasoning in there. Put that aside. You know, I have a trick that I do in the morning. I cleanse my palate before I start cooking. And I actually have a little bit of lemon water so that I can have a clear palate when I'm cooking, and that way I'm more palatable. And I think that also helps in your culinary. You want to have it where you can just eat it by itself. Now, I know that's done. Now we're going to put it all together. Okay, I'm going to heat up my grill. And if you have a grill and you can grill your breads, go for it. Alright, put this aside. Actually, I'm going to put it over here because I want to keep that crunchy. That aside. Alright, put that aside. I'm going to flip this over. Now, you can serve this like as a bar, or you can just go ahead and put the pineapple. You can put your pineapple into your pineapple barbecue sauce on your meat, which is what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead, put that on top. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like pineapple barbecue sauce? Well, there's some people. You can always omit the pineapple. Go ahead and pour the rest of that in. Now, if I ever want to make another batch, I can. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of let that. I'm going to leave that open, and then I'll just take my bread that I bought. Yeah, I could make it, but stir makes it faster, easier. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it diagonally like this. I'm going to go ahead and kind of sear that. Well, actually kind of grill it. And if you have one of those grills that have, I just want to heat up my breads. And that way what happens when you're crisping up, it's kind of like seals the bread so that they don't get soggy.